Bills led the league in rushing during the regular season, second in yards per carry, struggled a little bit in their first playoff game against the Jags, picked it back up, much more efficient on the ground in the divisional round against the Broncos. Let's jump into the tape. Let's take a look at what they were running here against the Jags. And in general, a big part of the Bills' run game is 11 personnel sub runs out of bunch. So 11 personnel. You got 3 receivers in the game, 1 tight end, 1 back, sub run. Anytime you've got 3 receivers in the game, sub offense. Well, let's go ahead. Let's draw these receivers as if they were extended. Pretend they're not standing there and there. What's the problem with sub runs for an offense? Well, you've only got 6 blockers, right? You got your 5 linemen and your tight end 6. Defense can very easily get 3 guys in the box and outnumber you. They can get 7 guys in the box, and all of a sudden you got a problem. It's going to be very hard to run when you only have 6 guys to block 7. So offenses figured out different ways to defeat this. They could throw a glance to the backside receiver, say they were blitzing to a 7-man box, bringing the nickel off the slot. They could throw the bubble out to the field, block the corner. Different ways to handle these unblockable looks. Well, the problem with those is, say you have James Cook or a running back you really want to put the ball in his hands, the defense can more or less dictate to you whether or not you're going to be able to do that in subs. So teams started running these sub runs out of bunch. And let's take a look at how the Bills are using this bunch to do it. So they're going to bring this guy in motion and send him back. They're doing that to figure out what the defense is doing. Is the defense going to be in a 1 high look, a safety rotating down, or are they going to be in a 2 high look, 2 safeties staying deep? And if they come down, rotate down to a 1 high look, strong or weak, they're going to let this guy come back, get set, and then they're going to bring him right across again before they snap the ball. The reason they're going to do this is to empty out the box, to create extra space in the box. So you'll see as this guy comes back in motion, the nickel comes running across with him. Typically, the nickel's going to be the guy to run because typically the nickel is playing over the slot if they had just lined up in a 2x2 set. So it helps clean up the numbers in the box. Now, this is a 2-yard run right here. They're running duo. Duo, probably their number 1 run by volume this season. So let's pause it right here and pretend they're not going to motion this guy. How are they going to block this thing? Well, the tight end's got the defensive end on duo, double team to that backer, double team on the backside, tackle's got the end. How are they going to get these 2 DBs blocked? Well, they're going to have to loop inside of this 9 technique because these angles aren't very good. If this guy hits the run downhill, he's going to be on that running back's face mask before you can ever get hands on him. That's why you see teams motioning down and inserting or looping inside and inserting. Well, that's a tough look. How are we going to get 2 bodies through there? Why do that when we could motion across and drag one of those bodies out of the play? Now, to compound the problem, this guy, he's already down low. Safety's down low. We got to go meet him in the hole. There is no space away from the line of scrimmage to get him engaged. It's going to be a mess of bodies right here on the line, and they've got a good stunt, a blitz here to defeat duo. A lot of teams running this against heavy duo teams, looping the nose over the center and bringing the will in that weak side B gap. You can see that nose working over the top of the center, creates a lot of traffic on the front side. Back gets hemmed up, stuck in the hole, nowhere to go. Okay, another rep of duo, and you can see they're bringing the receiver across, and Josh Allen, as they bring him across, these guys aren't reacting. He says, okay, 2 high defense, we're good to go. Go back over there. We're going to get this thing snapped, and we're going to roll. Well, this is a good disguise by the Jags. It's actually going to turn into a 1 high defense late. And this is exactly why you would like to motion this guy across against the 1 high look. We'll watch this safety. He doesn't make the tackle, but he's in on it right at the line of scrimmage. So how do they get fooled? Well, they've got this backer is doing a good job holding the look, and this safety, both these safeties doing a really good job of just staying high and letting this thing play out. Once they get that guy back, then the backer shifts over. I guarantee if they had come to line of scrimmage and that backer was zeroed up or slightly to the strong side here, they'd have said, if he's right there, we know somebody has to fit this weak side B gap. It's probably that safety. We're going to bring this guy across. And if this guy's going to rotate down, he's going to have to come out of the box on top of that receiver. And if they did that, then we'd be here, the doubles. The angle's not particularly great for duo, but here to here, and here, okay? Or those backers would have to shift over with that thing evening up to a 2x2, and it might help the angles. They get caught, safety comes down, now it's a 7-man box, and they can't handle all 7 of them. Hence, the motion. Next rep, we're going to look at weak side inside zone. And you'll see they're motioning Shakir across and just getting him set. So they're not reading the defense. Why are they not reading the defense? Well, the reality is we don't coach for the Bills, so we really don't have any clue why, but doesn't stop us from speculating. So if you're a team that gets in bunch and motions based on what the defense is giving you, and when I was in Tampa, we did this almost exclusively in our sub-run package, or very heavily in our sub-run package, you really can never be wrong motioning to 2x2. There's really three things the defense can do. The nickel can run over the top, good to go. You'd block him there. Somebody probably replace him down here. Safety's got it. They could rock a safety down over the top, good to go. Everybody can get handled. Or the least likely, they could bump a backer out of the box. If they did that, somebody else would have to replace him in the box, and they really don't want a fat, slow linebacker covering a speedy receiver in the slot. So no matter what you do when you come to 2x2, you're probably going to be in good shape. Is that why the Bills are doing it? Don't know for sure. Right here with Shakir lined up directly across from this end, they are putting a little indecision in his mind. Is he going to hit me? Is he going to hit me? What exactly is going on? Maybe helping at the point of attack. Don't know. But right here, Shakir, he can just cruise this alley looking for anybody who shows up. He'll find his way to the safety. Receiver outside stays on the corner. This receiver takes this nickel in the overhang, and inside, they're blocking weak side inside zone. So let's take a look here from the back. And you'll see James Cook going to take this handoff, and he's going to wind it back. Why is he winding it back? Well, let's look at the angle. So we're here. You can see, again, Shakir right here putting the indecision in his mind, just helping against one of these elite defensive edge players. Guard going to zone to the defensive tackle. These two zoning to 0. These two zoning to 23. Pretty bad angle, right, on a run that's going to the weak side here. And then cutting out the nickel. Well, to a man, when I was working in the NFL, and I shouldn't say to a man, almost every single running back that we ever had, I asked the question, because we sit in meetings and we talk about, hey, that double team, like it's probably not going to make it to that guy. This ball's probably going to have to wind back. I asked every single one of them, pre-snap, do you ever think about the stuff that we talk about in the meetings? And they say, yeah, sometimes. And they said, once I get the ball, at this point right here, that's when I completely stop thinking about anything that anybody's ever said, and I just run. Best reactionary athletes on the planet, maybe corners, hard to say for sure, but these guys, they are paid runners, and they're really good at it. You can see he is feeling that color showing up in the hole before it ever does, says, I'm going to have to wind this thing back. Tries to get downhill right there, slips a little bit. Tough break, only a couple yards. Now they're back at it, and they motion across, and they see the single safety come down. So we know that they're going to bring 0 in fast motion back across the ball. Now here they're going to run strong side outside zone. And strong side outside zone is a leave one run. So you don't necessarily have to block this guy, this defensive end on the weak side. So right here, they're going to go up to the corner. They're going to zone up to 44. He's going to step to protect against any inside move by 44, and then this block is called a triple. These two working in conjunction, they're going to triple up to 42. If the tackle feels any part of 44 showing up, he's going to shove him as hard as he can to get him running before he heads up to the next guy. They're going to zone up to the 3 technique. He's going to step play side again to protect against any inside move. And if that guy doesn't come to the inside, he's going to try to get fast across this defensive tackle's heels so that he can get out ahead of 0. Here on the backside, cutting out this nose, tackle trying to cut off 23. Going to be a very difficult get for this tackle, and you'll see he's got really no chance right here. That's a big man at the left tackle spot for the Bills. So let's take a look here at this tackle, though. Right tackle, really good job on the help. Steps to protect then against any inside move, feels 44 flowing with the play, puts a hand out, feels his man coming downhill, gets him covered up. Center now. Center doing a great job coming flat through the heels of that defensive tackle, trying to get his hat play side, and when he can't, he says, okay, now I just got to wash him past the hole. So you'd love to get your hat play side, get him dug out. Running back can run past you. If you're unable to, then shove him as hard as you can and run him to that sideline, and the back can cut off of you just like you're seeing right here. So really good movement. There you go, 73. 73 finds his way in there late in the down. Another rep of strong side outside zone here. Obviously not another bunch look. They're just peeling this receiver. He's going to get set. He is an edge block. He's going to take anything, whoever's in this C gap that's his. And we'll take a quick look at this sideline shot only because I want to highlight this block by Gabe Davis. He's got a cloud corner right here, and getting a cloud corner blocked in the NFL is actually a pretty difficult task because a lot of these guys are really good. They knife to the run. You try to wash them down there. You got problems. He beats you to the spot, or you come up, you block him, you swing your butt in the hole, and you effectively take away a fourth of the field, however much distance that is. I should know that, but I don't, okay? So you take away a decent fraction of the field when you swing your butt into the hole. Well, Gabe Davis, that's a little bit of swinging his butt in the hole, but it doesn't matter if you swing your butt in the hole if you're whipping somebody's ass. And take a look. He takes this corner for a ride. That is as good a block against the cloud corner that you'll ever see in the NFL. All right, that's enough of that. Let's take a look now on the inside. Okay, so they've got the triple block. First uncovered lineman play side is going to be part of the double. He's going to step to protect the tight end's inside half and then work up to 0, zoning up to 92, going to step to protect and then work up, and he's got 23, cutting out this weak side defensive tackle spot. The edge block now going to be responsible for this defensive end. Got to have a little dog in you as a receiver to block a defensive end. And that's going to free up this tackle. He's going to do what they call sift, and he's going to work up the field, and he's going to MDM. Who's most dangerous? Is it this safety that's going to show up first, or is it 22? You'll see a little indecision on his part as he's doing it. Neither here nor there on the backside, the strong side outside zone. But let's start here with the triple block, and we'll take a look at the help from this tackle. So they've got the other Josh Allen here at the defensive end spot, and he's more or less in the middle of the alley here, the space between the hash and the numbers. Well, they get this guy moving, all right, and he's a 9 technique, so his job is to set the edge and turn this thing back inside. Well, with that little shove right there, before he's able to set the edge, he's moved. The pain of the numbers is 2 yards, so there's 2, there's 4, at least 6 yards. They got some serious action on the front side. They're getting this thing moving. Really nice job, tackle and tight end right there. Tackle comes up, gets his guy covered up. Awesome job by the center and guard. The center able to reach the 3 technique. Not an easy task right there. Great job coming flat and fast to get across his face. Good help by 76, collapsing that shoulder before he works vertically. This is a great job getting the play started. Really well blocked all around. Moving into the Broncos game now, same principle. They're going to build the bunch. They're just building it differently so that the Broncos can't practice what they're going to run against them. And now they're motioning the tight end down, a little bit of a shift, and then that's going to get the Broncos to show their hand. They've got the single high defense here. They're going to bring this guy across, knowing in single high somebody is going with him. Sure enough, get exactly what they anticipate. They're running duo, ball bounces the perimeter. Good job accelerating and outrunning the corner. Explosive run. Okay, so from behind now, let's let the motion play out. All right, on duo, tackle has the defensive end. These two double teaming up to 40. A deuce here, double team up to 49. Tight end has 0, and this receiver has number 6. He's got to be aware if this guy plays the outside, he's probably going to have to loop inside to get him, and if this guy steps down, should be able to shave his hip and come and get 6 blocked. Plays out that way. This defensive end plays into the C gap. Easy block for Shakir here on the perimeter. Now, James Cook takes the ball. He's reading the mic, or at least he's been told to read the mic on this play. We really don't know if he cares at all. He's going to run to wherever he sees open daylight. And if the mic is downhill, this ball is going to bounce. And if the mic's playing over the top, he's going to hit it downhill. Well, here, 49's the mic. He's hitting it downhill. This ball bounces. Again, great acceleration in the perimeter. James Cook, really, really good football player. Okay, and then a wrinkle in their sub runs here. They bring the receiver across. They're going to bring him back as if they're running jet sweep, and they're going to arc out with the tight end and the receiver, but they're still going to run weak side inside zone up front. So we'll take a look from the sideline really fast, let it play out, and then we'll take a look at how it works from behind. You can see the indecision number 0 right here at the defensive end spot. Hey, wait, is this jet sweep? Nope, it's a run inside. I'm too late to get him on the ground. Again, Bills with a lot more success in this game against the Broncos. Okay, so weak side inside zone. Now on inside zone, your tight end is responsible for that defensive end. So they're going to dangle him and leave him unblocked on this play because he's going to loop outside. So the defensive end unblocked, a little risky. If he doesn't take the bait on the jet sweep, he's going to be right in the running back's face. These five, working these five in this direction, zoning up here, and you'll see that jet sweep action, hold 6, hold 0. This ball winds right back behind the block of the right tackle, hitting downhill in a hurry. Boom. Nice run. Good design. Nice change up off of all that back and forth motion that they're using. So as much as the Bills' bread and butter in the run game is the one-back duo and one-back weak side zone, they had some really good change-ups in this Broncos game. And this is their first play of the game. This is a two-back run that they're running out of 11 personnel, just dressing it up a little bit. It's going to be a weak side zone play with a pin block trying to get to the perimeter. So you'll see the pin from the receiver, tight end going around. He's got the corner. James Cook off and running. First play of the game, 10-yard run. Number 2 showing up, doesn't have his mouthpiece in. Doesn't really want anything to do with it. I don't blame him. That's a 200-pound man that runs a 4.4. Yeah, that. I don't want to hit him either. All right, so 10 yards, first play of the game. How do they make it work? So like I said, receiver that's got to block a defensive end, you got to have some dog in you. And blocking is an edge block like we saw in that last time on the backside of a run play. That's a whole different animal than being the point of attack blocker on a strong side toss play. Number 1, I don't know who that is, but this dude's got some serious dog in him. He's going to whip number 0 on this play. Great job setting the edge, building a wall, letting the ball get outside of him. Now, zoning up on the inside, these two working to zone to 57. These guys scooping to get to 49. Tackle trying to get this 3 technique or 4-eye cutout right here, this defensive end. And receiver working the edge block on this side. You'll see the tight end coming in motion. He's going to take a jab at that defensive end. This end's going to feel this pressure coming from the outside, but he's also going to see that tight end take a quick jab at him, hopefully putting some indecision in his mind. Is this tight end going to hit me? Do I need to get firm in this inside gap, or is he going around and I need to work over the top? Letting it play. You'll see right here, tight end with that quick jab up the field just to mess with that defensive end, works his way around, zone blocks, getting to their spots, getting everybody moved, ultimately unable to get to the corner, but it's a 10-yard gain. Nice job by the Bills. Next run, we're going to look at weak side counter with no pullers coming from the line. This is a great all-purpose play. You're going to see the tight end come in quick motion. He's got the defensive end. Fullback going to follow him to the weak side. He's got that linebacker spot. You'll see the Bills check to this. Now, this is, like I said, great all-purpose play. Are they checking because of this bearish front from the Broncos? Don't know for sure. Hits downhill pretty good right here. Gets him 6 yards. Good, efficient run. Let's take a look from behind now. You see the check. It's not truly a bear. A bear, you'd have a 3 technique. You'd have a 0 nose. You'd have a 3 over here, but it's pretty damn close to it. This guy covering the center. The guard is covered. Guard is covered. As close to a bear as you'll possibly get. So it's a leave 2 run. They're going to leave 52 and 57 for the tight end and the fullback. These two going to double up to 49. Out on the front side. This heavy front defensive end outside linebacker body type here on the line of scrimmage. Tight end coming across. He's got 52. 41 going to read that block. If it's a kick out, he's going to insert in the hole for 57. And if they've got to log him, if this guy's coming hard down the line of scrimmage, fullback might wrap around to go get 57. Tight end in motion is a kick out. Fullback fits right off of that double team block. You can see I just told you the fullback's coming for 57, but on this guy's course over to 49, 57 shows up, and he says, well, there's really no point in me going past him. All right, so he takes 57. 41 knows, all right, he took mine. Who was he working to? 49. Then 49 is mine. Great adjustment by the fullback in the hole. Really like 41 as a football player. Final play, we're going to look at power with a kick block. So they're going to motion the tight end down. He's going to bluff at the end man on the line of scrimmage, go around. He's got the overhang. Fullback going to kick that guy out. Guard pulling for the front side linebacker spot. Front side line doubling to the backside linebacker spot. We'll take a quick look here. From behind, you can see this guard set very, very deep. Good chance these guys are telling each other, hey, watch the pull, watch the pull. They get over the top. Ball winds back behind him, 11-yard, efficient, explosive run. So why would you motion this guy down and have him bluff this end? Don't really know, can only speculate once again. But these Broncos, that front seven, they've got some serious juice up front. Bills might be saying, hey, this is a mismatch. Typically on power, we're going to have the tight end block the defensive end. But against these guys, like that might be Nick Bonito. We don't really know who's going to be lined up there. We don't want to mess with that. We'll start out wide and come down so he can get a good angle to bluff and go around. We'll kick him out with the fullback with a head of steam. We'll double to the backside linebacker spot against this quasi-bear front. Here, and this guard going to pull around for 57. Tight end responsible for this Sam linebacker spot on the line of scrimmage. Again, we get this tackle as he's working up to his spot on the double. 57 starts showing up downhill, puts hands on him thinking, I think 47 is going to work over the top. I need to get here, and then my guard can go and get 49. But 49 stays on this side. They end up sorting the thing out. Back makes it right on the fly. This is really good by this backside guard. A lot of times when somebody's putting hands on somebody they shouldn't be blocking, you start to adjust to take theirs, and it's impossible to adjust back. Here the guard able to get his man covered up. Good job on the cutback. I believe probably in the fit right here. Number 2 is the guy who's going to have to close the back door on power, but he's also in man coverage on the tight end. Very tough ask right there. Good design by the Bills. Again, a good efficient run. They had the run game going against the Broncos. Came up short at the end of the day.